Thank you for joining us this March 25th, live from the App TV studios in Boone. My name is Stephen Biddix.
And I'm Sydney Gladwell, and this is the Appalachian Weekly News. A Boone resident took to Facebook last Friday to call out her landlord regarding an unresolved plumbing issue that has resulted in her and her 4-year-old daughter having to use a bucket as a bathroom. In the post, Abigail Grace alleges she has contacted her landlord 4 times in the last 3 months regarding this plumbing issue, and each time he has gotten it, quote, barely usable, end quote. But now she says he's been ignoring her for weeks. Grace goes on to say that not only can she and her daughter not use the bathroom, they can't run the kitchen sink or use the washer without 3 to 4 inches of sewage draining into their bathtub. Grace has since called the Health and City Public Works departments, as well as contacted legal aid. In an edit to the original post, Grace affirmed she and her daughter have been tenants for 3 years, and she has always paid her rent on time, even through these issues.
Well, if you are interested in going to the Boone Winters Farmers Market, tomorrow is your last chance to do so. The winter season for the farmers market will come to an end at 12 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The farmers market offers fresh food along with local products. To celebrate the closing of the season, there will be a chili cook-off where market goers can try different types of chili and vote on their favorite. While the winter season is wrapping up, the Watauga County Farmers Market begins their season next Saturday on April 2nd, and they will be open every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The transfer student population is expanding every semester here at App State. Our correspondent Zach White got the chance to get involved with a week celebrating transfer students.
The transfer student population is something Appalachian State prides themselves in. With over 1,500 new transfer students every semester, Transfer Student Madness is just one of the many events here to make new transfer students feel at home.
Transfer Madness is a week-long event that takes place every March at App State. The week is filled with events to celebrate transfer students, and this year included things like karaoke at Mountain Laurel Hall, a social gathering at Boone Shine Brewery, and a student-led hike at Cone Manor, just to name a few. I got the chance to speak with a couple of people, including Matt Huntenar, who is responsible for this week of events.
This week at App State, we're celebrating Transfer Madness. We have events every day, Monday through Friday. Today, we're in front of the Belk Library, and we're partnered with the Belk Library. So we've got donuts and pizza for students this morning. The purpose of Transfer Madness is just to raise awareness and support, and also transfer pride for our transfer students and our transfer community and all those people here at App State, other students, faculty, and staff that support transfer students.
With 25% of App State students being transfers, it is important that everybody feels included and supported. Our transfer student mentors are here to make that transition as easy as possible for students.
Hi, my name's Samantha Hedrick. I've been a transfer student mentor since March of 2020. We're here celebrating transfers for Transfer Madness this week. I think celebrating transfers is so important because we are a great support system for all the transfer students that come in, and we're doing pizza and donuts today to help celebrate them.
As a senior transfer student myself, some of these resources and events definitely aided in my success here at App State. Reporting for the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Zach White.
Back in February, we brought you the story of Chancellor Sherry Everett's announcement of a new building coming to campus.
Well, today construction begins, and Zanira Marine Lopez is live at the site of the groundbreaking ceremony. Zanira, what can you tell us?
Thank you, Stephen and Sydney. I'm here at the site of the former Broyhill Inn and all the way at the end of Bodenheimer Drive, where they're breaking ground today at 1 p.m. for a ceremony. We were able to get here just a little bit earlier to show you what the Innovation District's all about and to see them getting set up for the ceremony. The Innovation District will consist of a conservatory for biodiversity education and research. Here in southern Appalachia, there's a lot of diverse plant and animal life, and in the Blue Ridge Mountains. This is just one of several major projects planned for the Innovation District, and it will serve as an important link between App State's campus and the surrounding communities through education, research, and outreach. This will be in addition to the College of Arts and Sciences, especially those biology students, and a lot of App State students are sure to benefit from this new Innovation District coming. Thank you, Stephen and Sydney. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Zanira.
The town of Boone has a new interim downtown development coordinator. Mark Freed, the current director of cultural resources, has been announced as the replacement. Freed will serve this position until it is filled with its permanent replacement. Lane Moody recently stepped down from the position and was praised for her years of hard work. Downtown Boone Development Association President Megan Mason said, quote, "We are incredibly grateful for Lane Moody and all of the hard work she put in over the years as Boone's downtown coordinator," end quote. The town of Boone is looking to fill the position as soon as possible.
As we welcome in the spring and the snow starts to melt up on Beech Mountain, our correspondent Grace Powers looks back at the ski season.
One of the coolest parts about living in the high country is having the ski slopes right here in your backyard. But here at Beech Mountain, ski season is drawing to a close this Saturday. During the winter, skiers and snowboarders of all levels flock to Beech Mountain from near and far to hit the slopes. Continuing the trend of last year, the resort saw a huge number of visitors.
You know, the silver lining through the pandemic was really that people kind of took a vested interest with outdoor recreation, and our visitor numbers just kind of skyrocketed.
To accommodate this influx in attendance, the resort is adding new chairlifts and snowblowers, as well as redesigning the terrain park. I talked to Talia Freeman, the director of marketing at Beech, about more of their goals for next season.
So a lot of just capital improvements this summer for us. Our goal is just to kind of prep for next winter, figure out some solutions for employee housing, and just, you know, to try to just better the whole overall employee experience here. And then a big focus for us, you know, this summer going into winter is just our sustainability initiative. You know, something we really care about.
If you're looking to get your final runs in for the season, make sure to get to Beech Mountain this Saturday and participate in their Beach Bash, a community ride hosted by the park crew. For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Grace Powers.
If you don't have any plans tonight, there's still time to book a ticket for the 7 p.m. showing of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou at the Appalachian Theater on King Street. The film is part of App Theater's Cinema Classics series, which has been bringing beloved family-friendly films such as The Princess Bride and Beetlejuice to audiences throughout the high country since September. Tickets are $12 online or at the door, and masks are required when guests are not actively eating or drinking.
On Tuesday, Appalachian Mountain Brewery, Mountain True, and the Watauga Riverkeeper hosted a World Water Day celebration. This celebration was also to acknowledge the 50th year anniversary of the Clean Water Act. Members of the Watauga Riverkeeper were present at the event to answer questions and to inform the public on how to continue to fight for clean water. Special beers were also served for the event, such as the Hop Raindrop.
Dollar Days is back at Grandfather Mountain starting April 2nd, and the park is hoping for a big high country turnout. For decades, Grandfather Mountain has run the promotion that allows anybody who lives or works in the high country and their guests to visit the park for only $3. I spoke with Grandfather Mountain representative Landis Taylor about the spirit behind this regionally exclusive event.
We know that sometimes locals just don't come to the mountain for different reasons. And so, you know, there's definitely stories out there of folks that, you know, didn't go to the mountain and came at some point for Dollar Days, and you know, now they always come, or maybe even they've like purchased a, you know, an annual membership. So I think it's a great way for folks who've never come to the mountain to learn more about it, and then, you know, again, you know, for folks that come every year, it's just it's a good time of year when you know you're going to be up here with a lot of folks from the high country, and it's a nice way to experience the mountain.
To book a ticket, go to grandfather.com/tickets/ and choose the Dollar Days admission rate to get the discount. Only a limited number of passes will be available each day, and proof of high country residency is required at the gate.
The Foghorn String Band performed at the Jones House this past Wednesday. The event also featured a workshop afterwards. The Foghorn String Band is made up of 4 members and specialize in American roots music.
For any musical fans out there, the Appalachian Musical Theater Club will be doing a show on Heathers. Our correspondent Nick Fago has more.
I am standing out here outside of Legends, where Heathers the Musical will be performed by the Appalachian Musical Theater Club. Here's what I have to share.
This one is on the first, because the first time we do it, it's like that.
The Appalachian Musical Theater Club, also known as AMTC, will be performing their upcoming show on the musical Heathers. They rehearse every night except for on Wednesdays and Sundays. During their rehearsal, the musical club has observers during rehearsals, a full cast practicing, and if you are not practicing, you are either reading lines or you're paying attention to the current scene. Will Taylor, the show director, is excited for everyone to watch the show.
All right, so we started rehearsals right around the beginning of the semester, and we've been working so incredibly hard since then, working on dance and choreo and acting and really pulling this together. One of the most unique things about us is we are fully student-run, and we put in so much work on top of our school's work and everything else to really put together a fantastic show for you guys.
The Heathers cast is working hard as their show is just 11 days away.
So Heathers is opening April 1st, and that'll be running through April 3rd. We have 3 shows, all at 7 o'clock, April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That'll be in Legends over down by Dogwood.
Even though there are 3 performing shows of Heathers, tickets are going fast. You can access tickets to Heathers the Musical by Googling AMTC Heathers and then going to the website eventbrite.com. With the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Nick Fago.
Next Thursday, Community Engaged Leadership and our own App State football team are co-hosting the Spring Blood Drive from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Holmes Convocation Center. App State tight end Henry Pearson says the team's participation in the blood drive has some personal roots.
No, it's something that kind of was there've been a couple of incidents with people on the team, and some of the coaches, just know people who've gone through accidents and stuff, and who've been in need of blood, and what better way than to give back with what we have.
If you're interested in donating, please read American Red Cross's donation safety protocols and check your eligibility to donate blood. Donations are by appointment only, which you can make by visiting the American Red Cross website and entering the sponsor keyword App State. For questions, you can contact blooddrive@appstate.edu.
The town of Boone is celebrating Earth First Friday on April 1st from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Jones House. Everyone is invited to see how Boone is working through its goals to become a more sustainable place. At the event, there will be games, live music, snacks, and giveaways. Included in the festivities is a walking tour of Boone's historic district, which will have an environmental focus.
Coming up on the Appalachian Weekly News, an update on all things App State sports.
Hi, neighbor.
I'm Ryan Perone.
And I'm Elena Jones.
Join us every Tuesday at 10 a.m. as we explore the events, organizations, and people that make the High Country so special.
You can tune in on Channel 198 for Spectrum customers, Channel 20 or 1020 for SkyBest customers, or Channel 23-3 on campus.
Also, make sure to follow us at Instagram at @hi_neighbor_apptv for up-to-date coverage of events happening and student-made content. Until then,
bye neighbor.
Welcome back to a brand new smack dab season of App TV's own queer-oriented show, Can't Think Straight. I'm Nate.
And I'm Harriet. We'll be here to make you laugh and think as we combine comedy and education on Can't Think Straight.
The show premieres Fridays at 9 p.m. You can tune in on watchapptv.com or on YouTube, Channel 198 for Spectrum customers, Channel 20 or 1020 for SkyBest customers, and Channel 23-3 on campus.
Also be sure to check out our Instagram at Can't Think Straight App TV. We can't wait to see you there.
Bye.
The football season's over, but we are far from done. With basketball picking up and March Madness right around the corner, catch all your App State national sports news on Charter Cable Channel 198 and on YouTube at App TV. Let's have a great year and roll Nears.
Memories. A sweet retrospective look at the past. However, the past has, passed. And now, a new and better crew looks toward the horizon and marches toward Appalachian State head-on. This spring, look toward App Avenue on App TV to see a new legacy be written on random days of the week. No, seriously, this show will literally be airing any day of the week, so stay glued to those screens. We'll see you out there.
Appalachian Avenue!
And welcome back to the Appalachian Weekly News.
Dalen, I know our baseball team had a tough matchup this week against UNC.
And they also have a series coming up this weekend. What else can you tell us about our baseball team?
Well, Sydney and Stephen, our baseball team is coming off a 2-4 loss to the 13th ranked UNC Tar Heels this past Tuesday. It was Austin St. Laurent who scored the first run for the Mountaineers that occurred in the third inning to tie the game at 1 apiece. UNC then would score again in the fourth to go up 2-1. A Luke Drumheller homer that tied the game again at 2 in the 8th inning before a UNC RBI double would finish the game, giving App State a 2-4 loss. We will travel to Arkansas Little Rock to face the Trojans in a 3-game series beginning tonight at 7 Eastern. App State softball split a doubleheader with Western Carolina this past Tuesday at home. They would win the first game 9-2, led by Katie Houston, who had 6 hits, including a 2-run rocket home run. Game 2, the Mountaineers would fall 5-2 in 8 innings. Tied at 2 going into the 8th, the Catamounts would score 3 runs after a homer from Bailey Honeycutt would hand the Mountaineers their 11th loss on the season, bringing their record to 15-11 heading into the weekend. The weekend features a road trip, 3-game road series against ULM, who sits 1 spot above App State at 16-8 and 3-3 in the conference, going on a 2-game losing streak. Last weekend, our Mountaineer wrestling team traveled to Detroit, Michigan to compete in the NCAA championships, where as a team they finished 28th overall. They came away with 1 All-American in redshirt senior Jonathan Milner. Milner, or John John as they call him, finished 6th to become App State's second 2-time All-American. As for the other Mountaineers, 3 out of the 4 came away with a single victory in Caleb Smith, Thomas Flitz, and Will Formato. Congrats to our wrestling team on a successful season. Now sprinting over to the track, where our men's and women's track and field team, who are in Columbia, South Carolina, competing in the Wings Backsin meet at University of South Carolina, which began yesterday and will continue through the weekend. This will be the second meet of the outdoor season as they competed at UNC Charlotte in the 49er Classic to open the season last weekend. They will also be in Raleigh as they compete in the Raleigh Relays at NC State, which also began yesterday and will continue through the weekend. We wish both teams good luck in their meets this weekend. Over on the tennis court, the women's tennis team fell Wednesday to Coastal Carolina 0-4. Virginia Poggi and Erica Doggridge won their sets in the doubles match 6-2 at the number 2 position. This was Doggridge's 3rd straight doubles match win. At the number 1 position, Helena Jensen and Ellie Murphy would lose 7-5, while at the number 3 position, Brooke Goober and Olawin Ryan Bobby would also fall 7-6. App went 0-6 in singles matches. Also, it was a tough day for App State, but they look to bounce back this Sunday at Arkansas State. That's all we have for sports. I hope our teams can come back with victories over the weekend. Back to you, Sydney and Stephen.
Thanks, Dalen.
And hopefully with this road trip, App State can bring some momentum back to Boone. And now it's time for your High Country High Note.
It's finally spring, and many are looking forward to the warmer weather in Boone and spending more time outside.
And if you're looking to spend more time outdoors, our correspondent Ivy Fischel tells us about a popular club to join on campus.
Kiana Linehan is just one of the many avid hikers here in the High Country. She is a member and leader of the Hiking Club, an organization better known as THC here on App State's campus.
Yeah, THC, it started last year. It got revived. It was big around like 2014, 2016, and then it died, and then our president Scott kind of revived it. Me and Omar were like the first members.
Kiana met Omar Nunez while on a local hike, which inspired the two friends to help get the club back in action.
I take care of the funds when it comes to organizing vans for a faraway trip, so we don't use as many cars.
The club has grown extensively and continues to organize weekend hikes to encourage students to get outside.
It's a really big club. We have 400 members, and it's open to everyone on campus.
Omar says that hiking culture is evident here in Boone.
I came here because it's mountains and you hike in the mountains.
Kiana says that her favorite part about the club is that it's for everyone.
That's the whole point of our club, is just to share new places with everyone, so they can explore places they've never been to and share it with other people. And that's just my favorite part, is just making new friends and seeing new places.
The hiking club also aims to teach its members about hiking safety and etiquette. Their first tip is something we may have forgotten to do this day.
So first tip of hiking safety is to check, research the weather and the trail before you go.
But these simple tips are very important.
All trails has great information on whether it's easy or moderate. And you definitely want to check your footwear, especially depending on the weather. Like if it's rainy, you definitely want to wear boots, but if it's sunny, you could probably get away with sneakers. And then just like trail safety, always stay on the trail, don't go off the trail. Of course, leave no trace, so don't leave anything, don't take anything. You kind of want it to be like you were never there. And you want to respect wildlife, respect the people that are there.
While the goal of the hiking club is to unplug and spend time in nature, the club is very active on social media. And to join the club, all you have to do is simply reach out.
If someone wants to get involved, you just follow us on Instagram, follow us on Engage. Everything is posted on the Instagram, and if you follow us on Instagram, DM us, we'll add you into the GroupMe. The GroupMe has everyone, and that's where we send all our information out. So yeah, just social media.
For the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Ivy Fischel.
And that's all we have for the Appalachian Weekly News this week. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Stephen Biddix.
And I'm Sydney Gladwell, and we will see you in April.